Well, hello. I gotta do it my own way because I can never remember how it goes. Kids, jammers, and dreamers. Welcome to another episode of Park Streamers Hangout. So happy that you're all here. I would like to welcome people in, and then we can kind of let you know what our show is about tonight. I know we kind of tag team here.
Yep. All right. So it looks like we got Zombies in the house. Oh, sorry. Let me say it right. Zombies. Rachel Castro, welcome in. Adventures Road Commish, Mike Smith, Magneto Sanchez, Spaceship Ears. How are you doing? BB6 Dave, Barbara Duncan, Alan Smithy, Most Wanted. Did I say Fire Dragon 57? Oh, she gifted 10 memberships. We got to talk about that. All right. Woo. Thank you. All right, we're going to come back to you there. We have Pirate Queen Twish. We have Chad Pritchard, Mattercam Matt, Geofire's with us in the house, John Way, Jennifer Pisilie. Oh, did I say that right? I always mess up that last name. I apologize. Paul Newitt.
Barbara Duncan. We got John Way. Did you say Most Wanted? We got Most Wanted. We got Magneto Sanchez.
Yep, said all those. Buddy Hepburn, okay. Shannon, and Judy.
Did we get Doom Boogie? I saw Doom Boogie, I think, first.
Weird old man.
Got Dark Ride Arts, Fifth Rider.
Yep.
Hey, Haunted Mermaid. We got Tamara Delaney, Kelly DiMaggio.
Christy PH Disney in the house. I think we might have everyone now.
All right.
Did you get SoCal Sports?
SoCal Sports.
SoCal Sports, what's happening? All right, I think we have everyone there now. Cool.
Okay, there we go. I wanted to get our page up so I can give a.
Well, first of all, Fire Dragon 57. Woo! 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Here, let me go to a little media asset so I can put in some confetti.
And so congratulations to Cecilia Garcia, Della Boyer, Living Dead Mom, Amy H, Disney Truly, Latoya Hansen, Living Dead Fam. Wow, 2 in the family. It will be Chris B. and RJ Leo. Congratulations to you all for being gifted a membership by a Fire Dragon 57. Thank you so very much.
Very cool. Thanks again, Fire Dragon.
And I think you're on mute.
I'm on mute?
No, Bob.
I am, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. There was some background noise I was trying to mute out there. Okay, but so
I didn't know you
says, member for 1 month. Whoa, 1 month. Whoa.
Whoa.
Exactly. That is awesome.
It might be a woohoo.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for the love and support that you guys show us. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, do we have EXP626 coming to the house?
Yes, indeed.
We did. We've got, did you say Judy Booty?
Patootie?
Tiptoe Patootie?
So Patootie.
Christy. Blaylock is in the house.
Jimmy Joe Rod.
RJ Leo.
CL.
Good OCL. All right.
GB559. I don't know if we said hi, but hi, GB.
GB. Aubrey Harris. Tom F. God, we've got a bunch of you guys in the chat.
I know.
Great to see all of you.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome.
And if you are a member or just got gifted, check out those membership emojis. Throw them in the chat. We love to see them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tonight we
have. By the way,
I
was gonna say, Casual has ordered the magnets ordered up and everything and stickers. I think so. We should be sending those out real soon.
Yeah, I apologize. I believe they're in my mailbox right now. The stickers. So,
well, go get them right now. Just kidding.
Okay.
And before we start, we've been all looking at each other for 20 minutes, and nobody said anything about TPC's hacked. It's just
It's like,
Well, I put it on during the intro.
Oh, okay. Well, for the last 10 minutes.
I was going to say, and I was late joining, so
he's looking pretty sweet there.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
and you guys, there's obviously a reason for the hat, and we'll get to that shortly. But
Yep.
So,
oh, Tonio Tower, how are you? Welcome in, Latoya Hansen, Tammy, good to see you. We had a lot of people just jumping in tonight. This is awesome.
All right. So tonight we have a great show for you. We want to talk to you and also talk to some of the people on our CHOC Walk team. We're still about 3 months out. And let me tell you where we are right now. So we're just starting the show. We surpassed our first goal, which was $14,001. We have raised so far $14,294.
holy macaroni. That is amazing.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.
For raising these donations for CHOC Walk. It's we've heard from people we know. It's just it's a wonderful cause that we're all very happy and proud to be a part of. So
yeah, and to those of you, so many of you have donated to many of our pages, and I just want to say thank you so much for doing that, because you guys have really helped us get to where we're at. And I know that some of us are really pushing hard, and you guys have supported us all along the way. And I can't say thank you enough. It's truly amazing, because we were just talking about this. Danny and Cordy and I, we talk about it all the time, and we were like, wow, we're doing really good this year. Oh, we're doing better. Okay, great. The fact that we've already hit our goal 3 months in, and we still have 3 months left. I mean, that's just astounding. We were hoping to get to 14,001 this year, and we've already passed that big time. So we're going to continue to, try to raise as much money as we can. And we just can't say thank you enough to all of you.
Yeah. I mean, when we set the goal, I was like, I don't know, honestly, I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it this year. Last year seemed like it was something special, like there was just something in the air and everybody, rallied around. I was like, could we really expect that again? Our community is incredibly generous as it is. I was like, I think last year was kind of just, a special moment. We'll just have to, look back on it and enjoy it. And maybe, down the road, we'll get back to it. But holy mackerel, we've still got 3 months to go. And we had to already take a goal that I thought was crazy and push it out to another crazy goal. So to say thank you would not be enough. I'm obviously wearing the hat because, you know what, as soon as we hit the goal, that's when the hat comes out. Because last year we hit 10,000 on stream and, well, had to put the hat on. So we're already past our goal. So the hat comes out. And as soon as if we clear 17,000, hat comes back out. I may wear the hat tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night, Wednesday night when I'm at the park. We may be wearing the hat depending on the weather. I don't want to get the hat ruined.
I have a question though. If we hit the next goal, does that hat get glitter on it?
You know what? We may have to figure out something for Pooh to wear. We need
a disco ball or something.
Yeah, something will be added. Let's put it that way. We will add something.
Very, very cool.
So we do have guests with us today. We're going to talk about the CHOC Walk, and then of course FanFest and a little bit of Star Wars night, because yesterday was May the 4th, and Barry Police 28 was there to witness almost all of it.
Fine, whatever.
Oh,
who knew Diego Luna was going to be there?
And 2/3 of Park Streamers Hangout was at Knott's Berry Farm yesterday. I couldn't make it, but they can share a little bit about the Knott's Berry Tales as well. That was a pretty awesome day. But first, we're going to talk to our friends, fellow streamers, streamer support that are a part of the CHOC Walk with us this year, 2025. And there.
Yep. So real quick, before we actually bring our guests in, we have some people that are part of our team who are in the chat who couldn't join us. But I wanted to share this screenshot with you guys because I think it's really, really cool and very important. And this is our team members for the Park Streamers for 2025 for the August 3rd walk. And so obviously we got Theme Park Casual, myself and Cordy, but we also have Jungle Skipper who couldn't be with us tonight. CL's in the chat. She couldn't join us on screen. I got nothing. Wasn't able to make it. We do have Slim Devin who's going to join us tonight. Goofy Guy Adventures, who was hitting it hard this past weekend. So kudos to them. And they're not here tonight. Obviously, Donnyland is unable to be with us tonight. And Living Dead Family is not able to be with us tonight, but they are part of the team. We also have, let's see, Miss Anime Games, who's there as well. We have BB6 Dave. Christy PH Disney, she's in the chat with us. Michelle is with us tonight. Michelle D. Nicola. We have Heather, who's with us tonight as well. Rob Ola, who couldn't be with us tonight, but he's part of our team. We also have Lynn and George, who are part of our team again this year, and they are with us tonight. And we have Adam Cuevas, who's on our team now, and Jennifer Raymer, who's not with us tonight, but she's also on the team. So this is our Park Streamers CHOC Walk team for 2025. So I just want to say thank you everyone for being a part of our team. You guys are amazing. It's these people who have helped to raise the $14,000, $14,000 plus. And I can't say again, thank you enough.
And we just hit 14,344.
What? Are you serious?
EXP for the $50 donation.
Oh, EXP. Well, you know what? I got to put some confetti in. So hold on. Here we go. Confetti in the background. All right. EXP. Thank you so much. That was a nice, generous donation. And just remember, everyone, every time you make a donation to the CHOC Walk, Danny, Cordy, and I, and some of the Park Streamers, the Park Streamers team members are going to join us. If you donate $25 or more, you get entered into a raffle for more prizes. We have some pretty cool prizes that we're doing. Not to mention, we're also doing a separate raffle for a guitar, which we'll talk about in a bit, I'm sure. But don't forget, you will be entered to win other things. And so EXP 626 just got 2 entries into winning hopefully a really cool prize. So, and trust me, you guys are going to love some of the prizes that we have that we're going to be giving away after August 3rd. So,
all right. So we're going to go ahead and bring our friends on, I believe.
Sure. So joining us tonight, we have Geofire and Lynn. We have Michelle D. Nicola. We have Heather, Slim Devin Adventures, and we have Adam Cuevas joining us tonight. So welcome, everyone.
Welcome in, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Hello.
Wait, Michelle changed her ears.
She
Yes.
did. I just noticed that.
Team
Back to
R2D2 all the way.
So thank you all. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's participating, raising money for CHOC and walking with us on August 3rd. So thank you all for being you. So yeah, let's I don't know where to start. Let's go with,
tell me who we're going to start with.
Why don't we start with Slim?
Sounds good.
What I do now?
We're going to talk about your page and we're going to talk about you.
It's like,
Oh man.
So Slim, you've raised $445. This is amazing. And everyone, when you see these team members, if you follow these people, whether they're streamers or not, we want to encourage you to donate to their pages because they're trying to raise money as well. And we want to encourage everyone to, if you give $5 here and $10 there or $25 there, everything helps. So please, take the time to, help all of our team members out to help raise funds. And remember, if you donate to Slim and you donate to Heather and you donate to Adam, all the money you do donate goes into the CHOC, team. I can't even talk now. The Park Streamers CHOC Walk team. There we go.
So Slim, why did you want to join up with the park streamers and join CHOC Walk? Does CHOC Walk hold any special place for you?
Well, to be honest, I had no idea what this was till Cordy reached out to me and you reached out to me and took the time to invite me and, give me the honor of finding out what this is and doing this for such a good cause. And, CL and the Living Dead fam and a few of us are really close to this this group and this organization, and it really hits heart. And I love the Living Dead fam, and they're my family, and I know what they went through wasn't easy. So if I can give some type of love or support to them and all the children that are going through this, I gladly do it for them. So, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how many people have that, whether it's a direct connection or a one step away type of connection to CHOC. And it's kind of crazy when you think about how many people have that close of a connection, that we're all almost one, maybe two degrees of separation from somebody that has a connection to CHOC in that sense. And so we're blown away by how many people have joined in, and how like I said, how close everybody's relationship is to CHOC, or knowing somebody that was at CHOC. So again, thank you for joining with us, Slim. Appreciate you being there, and always love the energy when you're on our live streams.
Appreciate it. It means a lot. And you know what? I don't think any of us were prepared for that day. We were all set up for the CHOC Walk, and we got the buttons with the Living Dead grandbaby on it. That was a very sentimental moment, and I don't think any of us will forget that morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something special. That was, yeah. I remember last year when we did the stream with them, and they let us know, that little connection, and yeah, it's tough even thinking about it, and realizing how close some of our streamer family is to CHOC, and how much this means to them.
Yes, and so thank you, Slim, for being a part of this for second year. And we just, if you don't know, Slim Dev Adventures has a channel as well. So
Kind of.
Donating, you do. You're legit. So thank you very much. Let's go over to GeoFire and Lynn.
Hey, everybody. Kind of mirror what Slim said. It was an honor to be part of the group last year, and it is a wonderful cause that we're walking for. And so feel very fortunate that we're able to be on the team again this year. Last year, I hit the ground running with fundraising, and this year I haven't been able to do the same. So I'm going to use this opportunity tonight to shamelessly self-promote. So I've got my QR code on my button. I'm going to hold it up, but this will take you right to my page.
There it is.
Awesome. So guys, if you want to donate to Lynn's page, hit that QR code right now, what she's holding up, and support their page and support the park streamers. That would be awesome.
Thank you.
Perfect.
And you can always go to our park streamers page and just scroll down, and you can choose any one of our amazing participants, these team members. Put that link in our chat.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The other thing we're going to do is, last year I did that picture of us at the finish line. I was going to suggest.
This is mine from last year.
Oh, that's so
Love
awesome.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, all the stickers.
Yeah. So what we were thinking for each $25 donation to my account, you can get an 8x10 of either at the team at the beginning or at the end of the walk, whichever turns out better. But if you're interested in an 8x10 of the CHOC Walk team, then donate $25 to my.
Yeah, well, kind of like what Slim said. Last year going into it, even the fact when it started and it was still dark out and everything, I don't think we really knew what we were getting into. We saw Cordy, she posted on her page, and we thought, oh, that'll be fun. And so we really went into it kind of blind, not knowing. And then, like Slim said, every time you learned a little bit something more about the CHOC Walk, it was at times jaw-dropping that you would, and heart-wrenching. And then the Living Dead families, I think everybody felt the same way, like, holy cow. That's very, very close to home, because Lynn and I consider you guys all family. And so when you find out one of your family members, a little part of their story, it's like, wow, it was very. And then I think I speak for everyone when I say when we were on the walk, and you saw all the people holding signs, and you started thinking about it. Every one of those signs was for a patient at the hospital. And it was so touching to Lynn and I that we could not be part of it at that point. But we learned a lot, and we're gonna start hitting the fundraising hard. Anybody that wants to, 8x10 will be mailed to you of the team, and yeah.
And
then she's got one more
I've got one thing that I'll auction off raffle off at the end for $100 donation. Your name will go in for this print. It's Love Will Melt a Frozen Heart by Noah. It's a 2014 print. And if you're out of state, I will only mail the print. I can't mail the frame.
Out of country.
No, out of state.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you're here in California, local, I can possibly deliver it in the frame. But that is my big ticket item for $100. Your name will go into a raffle. So that's
cool.
what I was wanting to do, was jumpstart on my fundraising tonight, because I haven't had the opportunity to do any up until then. And those who have donated already, I really appreciate you. Yep. So, what did you want to anything to? No, I think that's it for us. Happy to be part of the team. It's a wonderful cause, and looking forward to walking with everybody on the 3rd.
Well, Lynn, I want to chime in and say that is an awesome, gift, a Noah print. But I will sweeten the deal, and if whoever wins is out of state, I will cover the shipping part.
Oh, nice. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Bob. I can see. So every time there's a donation, my phone goes off because I have the email. So you're like, so I can see that donations are rolling in. So thank you all very much for.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
And also, I didn't share it, but let me share real quick. So this is, oops, let me open it back up here. 1 second. So this is Lynn's page right here. And obviously, thank you, mods. You've been putting the links into the chat for Lynn. And here we have her page. And also we have George. George has a page too. So don't forget to go to George's page. He is right here. Looking mighty dapper in that firefighter outfit there. But yeah, George is here on this page too. And usually if you go to chotwalk.org, it's / whatever, the person's name is. So for George Ray, it's just, George-Ray. It's kind of different for all of us, but yeah, it's very easy to get to. And of course, you can always just go to the Park Streamers CHOC Walk page. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys too, and this is really cool. If you click on this CHOC Walk logo right here, this is the main page right here. If you scroll to the bottom, you can actually click on to see who the top participants are or teams. Now, right now, we are under community and school, and we are the 3rd place team. We're right behind Disney Volunteers.
How close we are.
Yes, we are so close to passing them up. And by the way, if I recall, let's click on this. Their goal is $15,000, right? And of course, I'm sure they're going to try to, beat that goal. But yeah, it's quite amazing that we're almost about ready to pass up the Disney Volunteers. And by the way, also look, how many people are on their team? 128 participants, and we have 20 on our team. So it's quite a big difference in how many people are actually helping out. But the fact that we've actually been in like 2nd or 3rd place pretty much the whole entire time, which is pretty awesome. So very, very cool. But you can actually find our team that way too. So if you're looking for it, you can't find it, or you just go up here in the search bar, type in Park Streamers, and you can find it as well.
All right. Well, thank you, George and Lynn. Thank you very, very much for joining us for a 2nd year. And thank you, Lynn. I remember you went right out and just going for it. And we still have 3 months. So it's like, it feels like, it feels closer than it is. I mean, it'll go fast, but we still have 3 months. So there's plenty of time. Thank you, George, for taking all of those great photos along the walk and getting, capturing that. And especially like our picture at the start when we were all like half asleep,
I'll be more ready this year.
And now we'll have the 70th, like the big, the 70th thing in the Esplanade. Last year it was Pixar Fest.
Yep.
And then you were just showing our picture. I think that was at the end, right? Well, at the end of the race.
That was the finish line. Yeah.
That was the finish line.
Yeah. So thank you.
And I've got my picture that they gave me right here. I've got it hanging up with the medallion on there, and my mat has all of the participants' signatures on it. Plus, they went around and got all the characters to sign it. So I've got Mickey Mouse and Captain Jack and Donald Duck. I've got all their signatures on the mat. So it's a very, very cherished and gets a prominent place, so that if I'm ever off to one side, you guys should be able to see it whenever I'm on stream here. So
All right,
that's awesome.
Go over to Heather, which you guys might know right now is Jungle Fett. So Heather.
Hi, friends. I'm glad to be part of this year.
Great. We're so glad you're here. Thank you so much for, raising funds and doing the walk with us, and just being a part of the community. So just let us know kind of what you're, why you decided to join the team this year.
I think after seeing a lot of the content last year, the various streams, the kind of like the stuff before the event, at the event, and just hearing all these stories of people who have actually been impacted by CHOC and the things that it does, I think that's really what got me interested in signing up this year. So just knowing the impact that it makes, that it's a real life impact that it makes on people and helps these families that have been, struck by something so hard to deal with. So just knowing that they're actually helping them. And I actually work down the street from CHOC. So I know that the things that they do with the community, they're just such a helpful organization, and they're obviously passionate about what they do, and just any way that I can help.
No, thank you. We'll be I just love that we're going to have this big group. Just be ready. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're gonna be all kinds of emotions. So wonderful to have you.
And I clearly need to work on my fundraising. So
no, you're good. You're good. We have plenty of time. Plenty of time. Trust me. Last year, I got to a certain point after a couple months, and then it seemed like at the very end, that's where I got a lot of donations and whatnot. But if you guys want to donate to Heather Jung's page, you can go to chotwalk.org/Heather Jung and donate to her page. She would love for you guys to donate to the page and help the Park Streamers team out. So definitely do that.
And And I think I will have a couple giveaways. There's a couple things. I'm actually going to the Dodgers Star Wars night. So we're going to have 2 of these. They're doing a Dodger Stadium figurine with the Death Star over it. We don't need 2 of them at my house, so I'll probably be raffling that off.
What do you mean you don't need 2 of them at your house? Everybody needs 2 of those.
Yeah, so I'll probably be raffling that off at some point, and then see. There was a couple other things that I might be raffling off. So,
Heather, there might be a few things behind you that got quite a bit of collection there.
We have a few ears. Anybody want a Jack Skellington or a Mickey? Oh no, that's.
I'm so jealous. I'm like, I want my room to look like that.
I'm starting to feel like I'm at Taco Land with all those ears there.
I love it. So let me ask you with the ears though. Are those like ones that stay there, or is that what you pick from when you go to the park?
Those are ones I pick from when I go to the park. I don't really have any like truly collectible ones that I don't wear, so I'll probably be wearing a pair when we're at when we're doing the CHOC Walk. So yeah, those are ones that I actually use. So just needed somewhere to put them, and that seemed like a good place. If there's an earthquake, those won't hurt if they fall.
Yeah.
So.
Bring you comfort. I was just thinking now I see all these ears. I'm like, I think on our radar we need park streamer ears. I'm just saying.
Oh boy.
A lot of fun.
CHOC Walk park streamer.
I already have to deal with the glitter hat.
I was going to say we can put glitter on it.
Yeah.
We'll make them glittery ears.
Yes.
We'll make them nice sequin ears for you so that, you can be shiny and sparkly without getting messy.
I love it.
Taking this glitter thing a little too far.
Michelle De Nicola. No.
Can I go last? I left my raffle items in the car and I need to go get them, but I didn't want to leave the off screen.
Do you want? Let's go ahead. Do you want to go off screen for a second? We'll take it off screen.
There we go.
Give her privacy. Adam, hello.
Hello.
And welcome. So
he looks very familiar. Didn't we just have this guy on this 2 weeks ago or something?
I'm not looking tired so much like I did last time.
From Tokyo.
So, share with us a little bit about why you joined the team this year.
Well, Bob invited me to join the team, so I was very proud. I'm looking forward to participating. I'm a kind of a late entry, so I'm going to get my fundraising starting. So hopefully to tribute and hope you guys get to your goal. So looking forward to that. And as far as CHOC Hospital, CHOC has always been very close to me. I live in Anaheim. CHOC is very close. 2 of my daughters were born there. My grandsons were born there. So I'm aware of all the great work they do, and they really care for the children there. And I did watch some of the streams from last year, and you're right. They do amazing work, and just the people they've touched and the children they've touched, curing them and giving them hope for their future. So I'm looking forward to participating this year. And again, Bob, thank you for asking me, and probably be a team member.
Well, you're welcome. And for those of you who don't know, Adam is actually my brother-in-law. So I had to recruit him. He does marathons, and I'm like, it's not a marathon, but you can walk it. Do you want to join the team?
Join the team.
So I'm glad you said yes. So thank you for joining our team.
Of course.
Yeah, so happy to have you. And just a quick update that we're at $14,704.
Ooh, all right. And if you guys want to donate to Adam's page, so Adam, I said he was a marathon runner. If you go to chocwalk.org/runningcool25, that is his CHOC Walk page right there.
I got to correct you, Bob. I got to correct you.
What?
You said I was a marathon runner. I still consider myself.
Sorry.
I just haven't ran one in a while, but I still consider myself to be a marathon runner.
Okay, so sorry.
Once you run a marathon,
once a runner, always a runner.
Exactly.
There we go. Okay. Well, if you would like to donate to Adam's page. That's it right there. And mods, if you don't mind sharing his link as well. So happy to have you on the team, Adam. And yeah, you know what I should have done? Let's go back and look at that total that Cordy was talking about, because that sounds amazing. I cannot believe that we brought it up here. Hold on one sec.
And
there we go. Woo!
I know. And for those that are, walking in the, doing the CHOC Walk in person, it's 125 in donations is what gets you into the park for the walk. So that's just like, kind of where you said. And last year, everybody hit it, right? It was a push, and we had lots of generous people in. I think we were doing one of these, right? One of our podcasts talking about the CHOC Walk, kind of closer to the date, and that was pretty awesome to see everybody hit that 125 and beyond. So,
yep. And just so everybody knows, we now have Michelle De Nicola, Lynn Ray, George Ray, and Christy PH Disney, who have cleared the 125 mark, who are now eligible for the walk. And that is courtesy of the theme park casual members, as they our quarterly donation is going to the CHOC Walk. So I starting to spread it out among everybody to get everybody up to that 125 mark. So hopefully everybody in our team will be able to join and walk if they choose to. So we're doing everything we can to get them up to that level.
Very nice. Yes, we want the whole team to walk with us. So that's why we want you guys to definitely donate to these other pages as well, because walking as a team is really important to us, and it's great to see everyone joining in to do this venture together.
And if you guys give me a minute, Rob Ola will also be up and over that mark.
What? Casual.
Like trying to,
like I said, do not give me any of this credit, because this is all from the theme park casual members, who through their memberships we donate. So that's how crazy they've been this last quarter. I'll give you guys an update on how much they are able to be donating.
And it's like between that and I can see more donations coming in from people. It's just.
So the theme park casual members this quarter are donating $325 to CHOC Walk. So theme park casual members, if you're here in the chat, thank you so much. It's because of you guys. We just pushed almost our entire team up over the 125 mark.
Nice. Very, very cool. And I guess we should really call out some of these people who are donating tonight. I mean, obviously Theme Park Casual, we have Gain Life, who's donated. Holly has donated. Cordy in California has donated.
Holly says, all hail H names.
H names. Very cool. Obviously, we have Zomembies, Holly. Oh, did I say that Holly again?
Well, she's donated. She's donated a couple of times, so has Gain.
Yes.
And I think there's a Cordy in California. Somebody named Cordy in California has been donating a couple of times tonight as well.
Wow. You guys are amazing. That's really cool. Well, what's that?
We had BB6 Dave just gifted 5 Park Streamer Hangout membership.
BB6 Dave.
Wow.
Thank
that
you.
Is awesome. Thank you so much, BB6 Dave. Really appreciate it. So we got confetti going on in the background. We can't do fireworks, but we got confetti going on in the background.
We got confetti going crazy tonight.
Yeah, it is. It might be falling through the rest of the stream. We'll see.
Yeah. And we got so just congratulations to Manny and Canny. Dark Red.
And hold on, but Barry, please, I think you just hit the 5,000 mark.
Woo-hoo!
What?
DA donated $105. Says, thank you, Bob, for all you do. Not only do you bring the Disney magic, but also raising funds for a great cause. You are now at $5,000, my friend.
DA, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. By the way, I wanted to let everyone know, I'm doing giveaways, and I've been doing, I've really been pushing hard this year. We don't have a couple of the people that we had last year that really brought in a lot of money. So I was really trying to do what I could, and you guys have supported me. So one of the things I am doing too is I actually have, and you know what, I wish I might have to find it and I'll bring it up on the stream, but I'm going to raffle off to everyone who donated to my channel. I'm raffling off it's like a $250 Ursula gold statue that lights up at the bottom. And so I will be raffling off that. There's other things I'll be raffling off too, but that's going to be a big statue that I hope you guys will have the opportunity to get. And so, yes, anyone who is donating to my page will have the opportunity to win that. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. DA, thank you. That was so generous of you. I'm feeling emotional.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I was thinking we might hit 15 tonight. We're already at 14,979.
Oh,
wow. I have 904 on mine, so the people are still. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, just keep refreshing.
I was going to say refresh, Cordy. We are over 15,000,
now we're at
guys.
15,029. Oh, yeah. I was clicking refresh over and over. That's happening.
Wow, you guys are crazy.
I was joking about walking off because of glitter, but I might have to go get a tissue here in a moment. That is amazing. Thank you guys. That is so cool. More than anything tonight was to, introduce you to our team. And we're going to talk about some more team members who are in the chat but are not with us tonight. And obviously we're talking about Michelle too. We're going to bring her on. But, it's so nice to see that you guys are donating to these other team members. And we can't say thank you enough. It is amazing. And we'll be talking about a little thing about a guitar in a little bit too. So thank you.
Yeah.
And Robola, thank you very much. A $5 super chat. Thank you, Theme Park Casual members. Let's go.
Yes.
Awesome.
And also, BB6 Dave, thank you for becoming a member as well as gifting
Yes.
5. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you,
and
Dave.
DA says, hi, Bob. Hi, everyone. Great work. Keep it up. Thank you, DA. I really appreciate it.
That's wonderful. All right. And Michelle is back.
All right, I'm ready. I'm not nervous, but oh my gosh, thank you guys. I know I looked at my page right now and I'm like, oh my gosh, you are all so generous. It's amazing. So yes, I'm Michelle. I am the newbie on the team, and I am newer to Disney content creation, but I've been in music and the arts for a long time, since I was a kid. And I started hanging out with some of you. I met Living Dead Dad in the summer, and it just kind of went from there. And I feel just like I've been welcomed into this community with open arms. And I'm so grateful to all of you streamers and content creators and all of you in the chat that I've chatted with and joked with. I appreciate you all so much. And when I heard about CHOC Walk and what it was, when I realized it wasn't chalk, like drawing chalk, but CHOC for Children's Hospital of Orange County, I'm going, yeah, I have to do this. And I'm a childhood cancer survivor. On October 1st, it will be my 30th cancerversary, which it blows my mind because I think I'm still 25. So how does that math work? But it's I just have to do something big to give back. I've raised over $11,000 for cancer charities through the years, and this is for CHOC. So they treat children with cancer, children dealing with anything. They support their families, and the more I've looked into them and read about them, the more I'm excited to be supporting them, because they're just an amazing organization. I was not treated there. I was treated in Long Beach at Jonathan Jake's, but a couple cancer survivor friends of mine were treated at CHOC, one as a pediatric. And it's just, like I said, it's a wonderful organization. I love it. I'm really excited. And so because it's a big year for me, I set my goal at $1,030, for that 30 part. And I have a couple of things up my sleeve. I'm a little late starting because I'm taking a community college class. I'm a little bit busy right now, but I'm working on some Disney fan art, I guess you could say. And I'm thinking I will send people digital copies of it as you donate for every $10, because I want people to collect as many of these as you want, right? If you like them. So here's, I've got an Eeyore, and this was inspired by Donnie because his birthday that you're not supposed to know about was last week. And I'm probably going to make a chalk balloon. I'm working on this one. And this is actually my first one. You guys like tomatoes, right?
Oh boy,
brother.
I just have to finish the lettering up here, and I have more. Don't you worry. I've got lots of colored pencils. And then I also have...
Can I say those look amazing, by the way?
Yeah.
When I scan them,
tomatoes.
I'll clean them up. Yeah, he's about to slip in some tomatoes. And then I happen to go to Company D and spend probably too much money, but I'm working on some items to raffle off, and maybe for $30 donation. I'm figuring this out as I go, friends, but just keep an eye on my YouTube page. I'll be posting, and I'm trying to get myself back to normal social media. Oh, and this, I got to make a couple of these. This is my R2-D2 hat.
There it is.
Cute.
It's fabric markers. And this is the first one, so it's a prototype, but I'm going to make a couple of these. I'm just trying to figure out like what level of donation. I love R2-D2. And then I've got a little Grogu art kit. I've been inspired by Bob with all of his giveaways. I might have this Loungefly bag.
Nice.
And, just shiny objects. There's a gold Loungefly wallet, but I don't know where it went at this point. And I have a crazy number of these. Remember these from Extravaganza, and I also made an egg hunt video in Disneyland. So this is Thumper. I've got Mickey, Minnie. So yeah, just keep an eye. I'll be posting about stuff, and if you want me to paint it, then I can do that too. Maybe that's a $30 donation, but I have skills, friends. But I mean, I just I have to do this. It's for the kids, right? It's for the kids, and the patients are never turned away at CHOC. It's an amazing organization. So I just thank you all for listening to me talk, and thank you all for donating. You're all so generous. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Michelle.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for joining the team.
Yeah, and if we can, let's take a look at her page real quick so you guys can see where you can donate to Michelle DiNicola. And it's right here at Michelle DiNicola after chocwalk.org. And I do want to share something with all of you about Michelle. So, 7 degrees of Berry Place 28 here. But so the cool thing is, she talked about being treated at Jonathan Jakes Children's Cancer Center. Well, believe it or not, I am actually connected to that because back when, let's say back in the day, I actually was on the board of directors for the Jonathan Jakes Children's Cancer Center, and I used to do the not CHOC Walk, but the Jonathan Jakes torch runs, what they call them. And so when I saw that Michelle had joined our team and that she had a connection to Jonathan Jakes, I contacted her and said, were you treated there? What's going on? She said, yes, she was treated there. I personally have never, had a cancer, but I was on the board, and I thought it was really cool that I served on the board for basically 12 years on something that one of our team members, was treated by. So I thought that was really, really cool. It was a great connection. So, and it's nice how that we're all kind of interconnected. I mean, last year I didn't even know that Living Dead Fam or some of our team members had children or grandchildren who were at CHOC or had been treated there. And so it was kind of heartwarming to learn all this. And so when we start working together as a team, you start finding out that people you know or work with have had connections with you. It just makes it even more special.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting when you get to hear somebody's story, it puts a different spin on the relationship, on everything, and it's something that I try to remember I don't always do a fantastic job of it, but it's one of those things where you don't know what somebody's going through or what they've been through, and, sometimes we're quick to react and, be in our own little world about it. But sometimes if you take a step back and you try to remember, I have no idea what this person might be going through right now. I talk about it with, the guys at church. I do parking lot, and I mean, you can imagine what that's like, dealing with 1,000 cars every service. But I always try to remember, I have no idea, and especially when people are coming to church, you don't know, they could be coming here because they just found out they have cancer. They just got a call about, their son who, has ended up in jail again, and it's these kind of things are always good reminders that you don't know what people are dealing with, and to, always give as much grace as possible.
So I kind of wanted to bring something up real quick, and
Can I add
I
something
just
really
noticed.
quick?
Oh, sure, go for it.
To tag team on what TPC said, I just want to say thank you again to all of you. I'm a caregiver for my dad who has advanced Parkinson's. It's like 25 years now, and more helping my mom with stuff she has arthritis, and it gets really, really challenging here. And what's helped me a lot are your streams, the live streamers, you guys here and a couple other of our friends on this team, and all of you wonderful people in the chat. Like, it helps me so much to focus on something positive. And yeah, I thank you all.
Amen, Michelle. Amen.
Yeah.
That's how we feel. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for Michelle, if you don't mind. I just want to know how much to donate to get the poo drawing, or Donnie? What's the scenario there? Because I'm interested in the poo drawing and Donnie.
Well, I'm doing digital copies of all of them, so $10 to get a digital copy. And like, if you want a printed out copy and you want me to add glitter to it, that'll be different.
I would like my own drawing, and then I'd like to donate again for a glitter drawing for Barry. So I'd like to add to that as well. So let's make that happen. All right.
I have more stuff I haven't shared yet. I'm working on some things. You'll see.
Wow. Well, I would like to share something real quick, because this just came to my attention, and I thought it was pretty amazing, because we were just talking about this, and you guys are so cool that we are now the second place team for community schools.
Oh, wow. Take that.
Not only that, but if you look at the numbers, you guys have been donating. Looks like a lot of you have gone up, with your totals. BB6 Dave is up there, Heather, and Michelle, Miss Anime Games, obviously, Chrissy Peach, Disney, George Lynn, Adam Cuevas has gotten some donations tonight.
Yeah,
So
I
very,
saw
very
that.
cool.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Yes, very, very cool. So,
and we did have a couple of super chats come in. We had Manny Uncanny with a $10 super chat. This is an amazing cause, and you are all beautiful for being a major part of it. Thank you, Manny. Appreciate the support. And then where's the other? There it is. And we had Paul M. Newitt with a $25 donation, a little donation to help out. What a great family. And thank you, Paul. So thank you, guys. We appreciate all the support. This is something that has gotten way bigger than I could have ever imagined. So I always have to remind everybody, this wasn't my idea. This was Mrs. Casual saying, hey, you need to do something. And as always, I say I brought it to Bob and Cordy, and they jumped right in. And now look at where we're at. We're almost 15,100. We're at 1589. That is crazy.
Yeah.
15,089. And yeah, like I said, I thought the $14,000 goal was going to be like, we might get there at the last minute, as people are seeing, and hopefully, pushing us to that last stretch. But I mean, my goodness, this is crazy.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Paul.
So I think we have some people that are in the chat that aren't on screen with us. I think we should probably promote them.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We do have Christy PH Disney
Mm-hmm.
in the chat and Robola in the chat.
Should we go to Christy PH Disney? Let me share the screen real quick. There we go. So this is Christy PH Disney's link. And if you'd like to donate to Christy PH Disney, you can go to chocwalk.org/Christy PH Disney. And Disney's with a Z. So make sure you're putting a Z instead of an S, as you can see it right here on her screen. But yeah, it would be great. I'm really happy. Christy is, obviously one of our fellow streamers at the parks, and she always has a lot of fun out there. But I was really excited to hear that she wanted to join our team. And she was like, I don't know if I can walk. I'm like, well, you don't have to walk, but if you want to help us raise money. She's like, I do. I want to help raise money. And so she was so kind and obviously generous to join our team, and it's so great to have her as well. And let's see here.
We also have BB6 Dave in the chat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Did we lose?
I think we lost. There he is. He's back.
Yeah, I was so excited I left. But you know what I did? You guys should see me, because I'm the one that usually shares all this stuff on screen, and I have about 40 tabs open on my computer right now. And so I hit the wrong thing. I hit the back button instead of the tab that I wanted. So my apologies. Sorry about that.
Get it right, Bob.
You said glitter one too many times. I'm out. I'm just kidding. Sorry about that. So who else should we cover? Who else?
Oh, we were saying BB6 Dave is in the chat.
BB6 Dave. Awesome. Here's BB6 Dave. Oh, I gotta share that screen again. And BB6 Dave, you guys have probably met him as well as I have. Such a pleasure to meet, and he's always supporting our channels and watching us. So I just want to say thank you so much, Dave, because you've taken the time to reach out, and you're always there watching or ninja watching. And the times that you've taken out of your day to come over and say hi in the park is always a pleasure. So just want to say thank you, and it's great to have you a part of the team.
Yes,
too.
yeah. Appreciate all the support, man.
Because he's been donating to our pages as well as he's joined our team. So that's pretty amazing. That's pretty awesome too. So.
And then I think, let's see. I can't recall. Did we? I think CL was in here at one point.
Yep. She's working tonight, but she was kind of, I guess, ninja watching us.
Yeah.
So would you like to talk about CL?
Yeah, well, here's the page. So please, you can head on over there and donate for CL. And I know this cause is very close to her heart. So, there's definitely that personal purpose behind it. But I know she's so happy to be a part of, the team and kind of the team effort to raise money for CHOC.
Yeah.
All right. Who else do we have? You said Robola's in the chat, right?
Robola's in the chat.
What's happened, Robola? You guys, he's doing something cool and special. Look at this. He's got all these posters on his page. And if you go and you donate $25 or above, you're going to enter a raffle to win a waffle cone Loungefly wallet. And it shows it right here. And if you do donations of $50 and above, you'll be entered to win a raffle for the Nightmare Before Christmas Loungefly backpack. And that's kind of a cool one. I like it. It's neat.
Mm-hmm. And
any donations of $100 and above are entered into all the above raffles, and will also get to choose a framed 11 by 17 Disneyland attraction poster of your choice All you have to do is just send your name, mailing address, and poster choice to Robola, and he will send it out to you. So that's pretty cool. So you get entered into the raffle for the Loungefly waffle cone wallet, or the Nightmare and the Nightmare Before Christmas if you donate $25 and $50, and then anything over 100 you get into those raffles, plus you automatically get a poster, which is really, really cool.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, Rob. Great job. That's really cool. Those are some good incentives right there.
Mm-hmm.
And did we have anyone else in the chat with us?
Did we? It's a good question. It's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think we might have.
I think that's everybody. I haven't seen anybody else in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let you guys know, Jungle Skipper he was going to join us tonight, and unfortunately he couldn't join us last minute, but he did a big push the other night, and he got himself up to $3,820. It was funny because Danny and Cordy and I were like looking at our emails, and it's like, bloop, 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 bloop. I mean,
Yeah, it was crazy.
I 58 emails, and I'm like, what is going on? And he was doing his push the other night, and he's a TikToker, but it's still a park streamer, and it's great to have him on the team, and it was really nice to see him push hard for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool as well. So
yeah,
but we have an amazing team, and we have some amazing supporters, and we can't say thank you enough.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we're still growing right now. Our total just went up to 15,179. So, I mean, just in this time right now, we've cleared over $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Just since we started. So you guys are amazing. It blows me away every time. I always say that. I always say, you know what? I think we're pushing them, too high. I think this is, going to be a bit much, and people aren't going to be able to give, any more that they already have, and they go crazy and just keep giving. So I'm blown away every single time, guys.
Well, the great part about it is that 100% of it goes to the kids. That's what is so great about this, that Lynn and I think about. It's like Michelle said, it's for the kids. That's the whole point. So we're also very fortunate, and it just makes you feel good to be part of something that gives back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, I think it's really neat when we get these personal stories and we hear from people. And I kind of wanted to read something. This is a really brief email that I received. I said I was going to read this the other night, and I apologize to the person who wrote this and sent it to me because I did not anonymously read it, and I planned on reading it. But I think it's really important to, for all of you to hear, what we're hearing as far as, the Park Streamers team. And this email said, I just wanted to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude for the effort and dedication you put into raising funds for the Children's Hospital of Orange County. The collective commitment to this cause by the Park Streamers team, which aligns so closely with my own values, is truly inspiring. The impact of your hard work will make a real difference in the lives of the children and family who need it most. It's people like you who remind me of the power of kindness, generosity, and community, which is easy to forget in the light of everything going on in our country currently. I appreciate everything you're doing to bring about a positive change. And so when I see, those emails coming to me, and so many of you have reached out to send me messages, it's so awe-inspiring. It makes me want to try harder to, help out this organization and to help out our community. So I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to send me these emails or messages on my social media channels. And I know some of our Park Streamer team are getting messages like that. But to me, it's very, very inspiring. So thank you.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Bob's not the only one who's gotten emails like that, letting us know, that there's people that are appreciative out there. And, again, that's part of why we do what we do.
Wow. And we're up to 15,239 now. Wow.
Good Lordy.
You guys mind if I say something?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Slim.
My headset just died, so. Okay. You guys hear me? I'm good?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, cool. So Jen is currently in the hospital right now, and she would have been here if she could have, but sadly she can't. And I know how hard she works for all of us and how hard she goes out of her way to be there for people who can't be there and aren't doing well. And I know for a fact she crocheted a bunch of things to give away for when people donate and for the raffle. So just because she's not here, I'd like just to say that for her since she's not here. And Donnie, you know, he's here. I know he's watching right now. I know they're both watching, but obviously they're not here. So, you know,
She showed a bunch
for
of the
someone
cool
who
things.
goes completely out of their way for people,
Yeah.
you know,
Her
this
stream
is
yesterday,
also
Slim.
something that's important to them.
Slim,
That's it.
Her stream yesterday, Slim. She showed a bunch of them. Generally, so yeah, she crocheted some cool stuff.
Yeah. And if you'd like to donate to Jen Crochet's page, it's chocwalk.org/Donnyland. And yeah, unfortunately, they're going through a little bit of a rough time right now, so they could use your thoughts and prayers, everyone. And we obviously wish them the best. But at the same time, you know, if you want to donate to their page as well, you can go to chocwalk.org/Donnyland. We'll put it in the chat here. And thank you again for supporting our team.
They have biggest hearts. They have such big hearts.
They do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to thank Tamara Delaney for gifting a Park Streamers Hangout membership. Thank you so very much, Tamara.
Thank you, Tamara.
Yeah,
Tom
thank you,
L.
Tamara.
Congratulations to you for the gifted membership.
Yay, Tom F.
And just to name a few other people who have donated tonight, BB6 Dave has donated a couple times. Shelly Mendez has donated a couple times. Pirate Queen Trish. She has donated. Shelly Mendez another couple times. Hey, who's that guy? Robert Pritchard. I guess I donated once. So yes, we've had quite a few more donations. So thank you, everyone. I couldn't not donate after you guys kind of threw in.
Yeah, we're currently what 15. Wait, we might have just went up. It was 15,264.
I heard the buzz.
I know.
Yes. We got another donation. Great.
Yeah, $15,264.
Good Lord.
Wow,
You
that
guys.
is amazing. Look at that. And let's see. Woo. Oh, Adam Cuevas has gone back up. Look at that. We got a bunch of people who are going, look at that. Lynn, that is awesome. Jen
Adam
just got
Adam
increased.
is what? Adam's $15 away from being able to join the walk.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah. Wow. It's so amazing, you guys.
it is. And guys, don't forget, we've got some other great, people who weren't here tonight too, like I Got Nothing, Goofy Guys Adventures. So it's Larry and Rebecca. Let's see. We already talked about BB6 Dave. Miss Anime Games. She's also with us on the team. We also have Jennifer Raymer. And so I think she's the next one we'll have to get up there after Adam to that 125. But we have a lot of great people on this team. Like I said, we have 20 amazing people on this team who are helping to raise money for our CHOC Walk. And it was really cool because I don't know if you guys want to talk about it a little bit. For those of you who joined our Park Streamers Hangout last Wednesday when we went to the CHOC Walk Kick-Off, it was pretty amazing and fun. I know Danny and Cordy were teasing me as I was running around trying to make contacts, but we had an amazing time because we got to hear from the AVP from CHOC Walk, Zach. We got to hear from Jada Young, who is the Disneyland ambassador. We got to hear from Belle, who is and I'll share the page real quick so you can see this. Belle is the ambassador for CHOC Walk this year. And it was so cool because she was talking about how she is, totally in love with Disneyland and loves to be there. What is it? Let's see. CHOC Walk ambassador. There we go. And we are going to try to get Belle on our channel. I talked to her dad last week, so there's a good chance that she will be joining us for a Park Streamers Hangout here in the next, month or so. But Belle had a great, inspiring story that we got to listen to. Obviously, we got to hear from Henry DiCarlo from KTLA. He was there. That was really cool. And he talked about his experience and that his child was at CHOC for the first 8 weeks, when the child was born. So just hearing from all this is really, really cool. And it was great being at the actual CHOC Walk Kickoff.
Yeah, when she brought out, I think she called them her beads of courage.
Oh my goodness,
that
was
just
amazing.
It's you hear about, they had to go through this and do that, but then when she mentioned that it was, a bead for every appointment, every poke, every treatment, it's like you realize just how much these kids and families go through.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you not say, what, I can donate at least something? And that's what we ask. We're not asking, I get it. Not everybody can donate $100 or even $25, but if you can donate even $5 or $2, it all goes to help these kids and these families.
Even if you could share.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you can't,
yeah,
sharing it out, letting everybody know, hey, we've got a bunch of friends here that are raising funds. If you can raise funds, it always helps out as well, because you never know. Like I said, we don't know people's stories. You could share it out to your coworkers, and you have no idea that their daughter had a baby that was at CHOC, or they had a friend who had a baby at CHOC, and it might just kind of remind them, oh yeah, I need to make my donation. And quite honestly, I don't even care if they donate to us. If it reminds somebody to donate to CHOC, that's what we want.
Yeah.
Oh, bless me.
Bless you.
The donations are tax deductible, my friends, in the U.S.
Exactly.
Yay.
Exactly.
Up to whatever that level is that you can claim.
Well, and as Spaceship Ears will remind me all the time, if you work for a company that matches donations, then please, when you make a donation, send it to your company, let them know that you made a donation. And if they match, they will match the donation that you made. And then it's double the donation. So if you donate $25, now it's a $50 donation. And it's really, really great to see that companies do this. So talk to your company that you work at and let them know, or inquire and say, hey, do you do company match donations? And if they say yes, hey, I made a donation. Can I submit it, please? And that would be really, really great. And Slim is back. Something else I wanted to share with you guys as well, talking about sharing. Let me bring this up. So we were talking about how important it is to, if you can't donate, it's okay. But if you can share it on our pages, if you click on someone's page, and here I just clicked on CL's page. If you click down here, you can see shares. You can share it to Facebook, you can share it to X, you can share it via email. But if you share this out, it'll actually, help out, all of our team members. So if there's someone that you truly want to support and you can't donate to their page, just go to the page here, scroll on down to share, and you'll be able to share out their page to your social media site. And again, that helps us just as much as people who are donating money. So thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So Michelle said Home Depot does the match, right?
Yeah, Home Depot does. I think Microsoft does. There's a lot of companies that do.
Yeah, I would think companies like Target and Walmart probably do.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
We can hear you, Slim.
Okay. On the note of Home Depot, I have to add, I have gotten like 5 or 6 gift cards from all my suppliers, just about all my suppliers. I've talked to them and told them about what's going on. So I have about 6 gift cards I'd like to add to your guys' raffle. I don't want to be responsible for shipping things. I'm very bad at it. Everybody knows. So I'd like to give you guys, whoever's doing the raffle, who's ever in charge of it. I got Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Harbor Freight, and a couple plumbing supplies. I'd like to give the gift cards. I know it's an odd one, but it's something. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Yes,
awesome.
it is.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna have some amazing giveaways, and again, we can't wait to celebrate with all of you once we are done with the CHOC Walk and see how much we've raised and celebrate all of you as well. And I'm just in awe. So here we go again, everyone. We are up to. Oh no, I got to refresh the page. We are now up to, and I'm gonna have to click on this again. What's going on?
Drum roll.
Hold on. No, what's going on? Am I sharing the right page? Sorry. Let me stop sharing and let me refresh. There we go. So now I can share this page. We're at $15,319, and wow, this is amazing seeing how much money you guys have donated tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, we've got everybody. We just need Jennifer Raymer to clear the 125 mark now. And then our team is pretty much everybody's able to walk if they choose to.
That is awesome. Very, very cool.
And the cool thing is, you'll all be able to join us. If you guys saw last year, we streamed the walk, and so yeah,
we'll have a few streams going.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, and it was nice because we were all at different spots, right? Eventually, we all kind of
yeah, that was one of the fun parts. We kind of like accordioned our way through the park, and kind of, some people went up ahead and had to hold off, let everybody catch up, and then we kind of, or maybe we inchwormed our way through. Maybe that's more like it, because we didn't get to do the entire walk because we took so long.
Definitely.
You mean when the security started escorting us along?
Yeah, they were just okay.
We need you to move along,
guys.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. All right, so I think we want to say thank you to all of our guests, but if you want to stay, because we're just going to move into some other topics, FanFest, just our theme park news, and I know some of you have gone to FanFest. I know, Devin, you've been to FanFest. So if you'd like to stay and put your 2 cents in, Star Wars night, we can talk about that. I think, Heather, you're going to be going to FanFest coming up pretty soon. But if you'd like to stay, please feel free to stay with us, hang with us.
Everybody can hang out. I mean, me and Slim were at FanFest, so he can tell you. We can discuss things.
Yeah, and I went the first night, opening night for that, which was just a cool event. All right.
All righty. Well, I'm going to log out, but thank you very much for having me. And,
all right. Thanks for joining, Adam.
Checking my page. I want to thank everybody who's made a donation. I really appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to reaching my goal and beyond. So
wonderful.
Thanks again.
Awesome.
And again,
thanks you so much for
being on your team.
Yeah, thank you for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Catch you later.
All right. Who's staying? Or George, are you going to take off as well?
Yeah, we're gonna take off. We'll be watching, but we'll take off.
Same. I'll listen in, but
okay.
All right. Whoops.
Hi guys.
All right.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Sorry about that. Oh,
there you go.
Hi. Bye. Hi. Where are you? I'm on the stage. Oh, bye. Hi. Bye. Wait, what happened to them? Bring him back.
Now they're gone. They're like,
no.
"You're out of here."
Great. Now you made him mad, Bob.
It wasn't just me. Someone else was hitting that button.
Can we play the Brady Bunch as this is going on? We gotta have the Brady Bunch thing going on.
Here's the story of the park stream hit. Oh no. Okay.
Not Jan. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I can't
all right,
add
well,
anything to parks. I can't even talk now. It's contagious, right? Star Wars night or Fan Fest, but I'll be lurking in the background.
Be listening in. Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, thank you, Heather.
Thanks for everyone who donated so far.
Silent
All right,
support.
thank you, guys.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for the donations. Wow.
Okay. Slim, are you hanging with us?
All right.
Slim is
Right.
hanging.
Hey, you said I can add my 2 cents, so be careful now. Careful now. You know what you can get into it. You know it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Why we have you on, Slim? That's why.
FanFest started what? April. What was that? What was I want to give the date because I
April
know they
28th?
added a date to it. So it was April 25th was the first
April 25th.
day of FanFest. So it runs
Mhm.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday through the 18th. But they added April or May 15th
Right.
to the calendar. So that's the one Thursday. I just thought it was kind of funny that I'm like, oh, it's the 70th weekend.
Yeah.
They added a Thursday. And then I know Knott's Berry Farm extended Boysenberry Festival through the 18th as well. So if you haven't hit any of those, you still have time.
Yep.
But so we can kind of compare notes. I was in on Theme Park Casual stream, but later in the evening.
Yeah.
But we can kind of compare notes and see how opening night compared with Saturday second weekend and
Yeah. Well, we'll start off with. I do need to say, Slim Devin purchased my ticket for me. He was like, "You got to go, you got to go, you got to go," and I was like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." And he's like, "I'll pay for your ticket. You got to go." And so we found a day finally that I was able to go. I think that literally is, this Saturday was the only day that I could have made it. And even then it was still, I was still like, if you guys see me turning this way, it's because I'm halfway working on stuff that I'm on deadline for. So that's how tight things have been lately with work. But we did get to go, and when I got there way early because I didn't know how traffic was going to be. I'm not familiar with, Saturday traffic going through LA and Hollywood and everything. So I was like, I'm going to leave with plenty of time. And so I got there, and I think it was like just a little bit after 5. And I text Devin and said, "I'm here," whatever. And then I'm seeing everybody lining up at the early entry, and I'm like, "Oh man, should I get the early entry?" And I'm debating it, and then I finally like, you know what? Let me just see if I could even do it. And so I asked, I was like, am I able to upgrade for the early access? And they said, "We're sold out for that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, all right. Well, that puts that plan out." So then I waited. I was first one at the turnstile, and I'm really glad that I didn't bother spending the money on the early access because they let us in at, gosh, I think they started scanning at like 6:20 for a 7:00 event. So I was able to scoot in, get down to Super Nintendo World and get in that line because the line was gigantic for that one after I got in line. So you don't need the early access, I don't think. Unless my night was a, less than attended night, I don't think you necessarily need the early access. If it's, I think in some places it's only like a $20 difference or whatever. But I didn't think you needed it. So I'll start with that I was, I had that initial, oh my gosh, I'm getting that FOMO of all these people are going to get ahead of me and I'm going to miss something. And then it turns out that, no, you probably didn't really miss much because they only have a few things open for the early access.
Yeah, and I think because I thought the same thing because Devin was actually there the opening night as well, and he was inside the park. He got there earlier. And I think Main Street Cowgirl had gotten the day-night ticket, I believe. So she was in, and I was there with Living Dead fam. So we were waiting in the crowd, right, for the 7 o'clock opening. And Devin's like, "They made me go. I'm already, I'm already on the tram down back to the future." But I'd have to agree. Like for opening night, I would agree it wasn't needed, but I had that same FOMO. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have done it. Why am I not in there? Right? It was just that thought of like, what's going on in the park already.
Well, yeah, because you see, hundreds of people in those lines, and then they swoop them all in, and then you still see people going through, and you're just like, oh my gosh, there's thousands of people in there having fun, and I'm out here waiting. The lines are going to be terrible. I'm going to miss out on this, and that. It didn't really pan out that way.
So I don't know, a TPC, I know throughout the night, I kept telling you, things are different tonight. They're different. And from both nights, they were different. And I think they're going to be continue to change things out throughout the couple days that they have left. The night I was with Cordy, things were in all different places. The way things were handled were different. But also, it was kind of raining with us. So that also might have affected it. But like the character interactions, that when Cordy and I were there, they were everywhere, and it was nonstop. With you and I, it seemed like majority of the characters were not roaming out and whatnot, but we got the basics, at least the base of the interactions, and you literally hit everything. With time to spare, you could have gone on your Simpsons ride, and you did go on Life of Pets. Cordy and I didn't have time for any rides.
Yeah,
but
and we missed. We missed Yoshi by just literally like 2 minutes. I think if we would have gotten there 2 minutes sooner, we would have been able to get in line for Yoshi. But I think that line was probably like almost an hour long as it is. But and then there was the one photo op that I didn't get to see was the big speaker at Back to the Future, where you can hold the little guitar and do the speaker thing with it behind you. I didn't see that part.
I don't remember that. I believe you, but I don't remember that. I didn't even know that.
I saw Five Fires. He did the photo op with it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. They had that photo op, didn't they?
I didn't see that when I was there. That I was looking for that. I saw people had the photo.
Right. Yeah.
But I never saw it personally when I was there.
I have no idea where it was. It's like, was it in the Back to the Future section?
Was it in the VIP? Because isn't that the same picture that Titan, I think, might have got?
Oh, there's a VIP section for that.
Because the night we went, opening night majority was
VIP. Media, yes.
Media, thank you, media. So, and that's why I have a feeling they moved things around too, because they had stuff just for the media, and then they switched it again. We'll see this weekend when we go what they're gonna do different.
Right. And it's interesting, and we were talking about it a little bit, how this is their first time out of the gate, and everybody's blown away by it. But obviously, they're fine tuning this still, so we might not even be seeing the final product until it shows up next year, and we see, okay, that's what they felt landed in the right spots, because if they're still tweaking things, going into the, second weekend, and, I'm sure there's probably going to be stuff that's tweaked again this weekend. We won't know exactly what kind of an event we have. I mean, they're fine tuning it. So that's great to see, because they got rave reviews, and it was to the point where I was like super hyped when it came time for me to head over to Hollywood, for this. I was like, when I arrived, I was just like, this is going to be so crazy. This is going to be so much fun. And I'm not even a big fan of any of these properties, of the anime, of, Back to the Future, any of that. I'm just like, okay, yeah, it's cool, whatever, I'll go and check it out. But I was like so excited for it. And by the end of the night, I was like, that was a really fun evening. And if you are a fan of any of these franchises, you would have had a blast. You would have loved it. Because I think the reaction that the One Piece characters were getting every time they would come out and get into their meet and greets, it was insane. They were like, superstars walking in.
They looked really cool.
Yeah, they did look really good. They were spot on. The actors were doing a fantastic job. That is the other thing. All of the actors in any part that you went to were just giving it their all and doing an incredible job. Somebody in my chat mentioned, after we did Star Trek, we just did the first room, and somebody said, that girl has been doing that scene how many times tonight, and she still is doing it that good. It's like, she's putting on that same show every 7 or 8 minutes, and she's given it that much. It's like, that's crazy. That's somebody who is dedicated to it and is obviously the right person for the job.
Yeah, and I think I would imagine there's a lot of returning actors that are there for HHN, which same thing, right? All night long.
I was gonna say that, Cordy. Universal has the jump where they have an abundance of like people who are constantly being used as actors and background, and Disney, compared to Disney where majority of the characters are behind a mask and they don't say anything. But Universal and Knott's, they constantly have those people ready to go, and wanting to be there.
Yeah, I mean, especially studios, they're right in the middle of Hollywood. So you've got people that are, I'm hoping to get my break. If one person sees me, do this the right way, it could change my life. So there's always that for that aspect. And, obviously these are, people honing their craft and, like I said, they did such a great job. I mean, even the D&D characters that we had, they're so fun. They got into it. And luckily we had a really good group because there was like these 3 or 4 guys that were just like so pumped for the D&D that it was like, as soon as one of the characters would say something, they were there. Yeah, let's go. It was just like, all right, this is crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Dungeons and Dragons was like so like hype, right? And the guy and I was having I'm like, I feel like I'm walking into a maze. Like I was so scared someone was going to jump out and scare me. And then he did. He jumped out.
You did get scared. And it was funny because I even said, we were in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre maze. So I was like, Cordy, doesn't it smell like barbecue still? And little do we know, Cordy gets scared. So
yeah. He jumped out and scared me. He's like,
awesome. Well, Go and Shogi says it's Luffy's birthday today, and that's from One Piece. So there you go. Oh, that's kind of cool.
It sure is. And then this Daywalker says that Einstein photo op looks so cool.
Oh,
Did you guys get a picture? I know we got one. Well, thanks to Bacon Perkinsip, we were able to get our picture, but
no, the line was probably a good half
and
hour to 45
he
minutes.
wanted a good space between each other majority of the night. I kept trying to get closer, but he kept. I got what pictures I could, but he kept scooting and scooting. But I said, TPC, come on. But that's it. But something cool is our night. No one was petting the dog, but everybody was petting the dog. With TPC and I, when we were there, everyone was petting the dog. I was very surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised you were letting him.
He was a good boy, though. There was a couple of times, though, that you could see when they were taking the picture, the dog was yawning or something like that. He's like, yeah. They got the picture.
Did they switch him out? Did you see? Because you have the one, and then we're like, oh, now Benji's out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Manny on Katie says Mr. Strickland was cool. Yeah, the characters are amazing. The actors did such a great job, and the band, they were off the chain. They were just jamming.
Yeah,
so
that was really cool. Devin got a detention.
Wow, Slim Devin got detention.
To be fair, I didn't do anything this time. Okay, I was thrown under the bus by this lady. Okay, and Brian Sevilla just thrown under the bus. Man,
that's funny.
His interact. Okay, I felt intimidated. Okay, his presence and he did great. Okay, and man, that's it.
Yep.
You know what? So I have not been to FanFest, and I'm hoping to go last weekend. I will tell you guys, I've had so much fun living through your streams and some of the other streams I've seen, because it just looks like fun. It looks like something exciting. It looks like something you want to go to. And like Devin was saying, there's a couple times where I've seen things a little bit differently, not a whole lot. But then when you see the actors get into it for Back to the Future or Dungeons and Dragons or Star Trek or even the characters from One Piece, it's like, wow, I want to be there. I want to experience that. So I got to be honest with you, the more and more I see, the more and more excited I get about going to this event. So
Yeah, like I said, you guys know how I feel about, paying extra to go to, a theme park after hours and, with the stuff. This one, this one felt closer to almost like an HHN scary farm, because things were different, because there was added stuff that is not just a photo op. And, it's like a Villain's Grove, to me, that makes Oogie Boogie, worth it, because it is something that you simply cannot experience anywhere else. And that's what they were doing with this.
Are you really saying that you would like to pay money for it?
This one is, and here's the thing, this one is half the cost of the Disney
and more
after
time.
hours.
Way more time.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
So, but and I just want to bring up real quick, Daryl Chin mentioned the little kid that was there when we were watching the fight. That kid, he was getting into it. He was getting into it. I was afraid he was going to start throwing hands.
I think Universal was paying that kid. Okay, that kid was a professional. Also, Jonathan brought up a good point. Those where we were standing, they literally filmed it there. They filmed the movie there.
That's right.
That's how special that is. And they filmed multiple movies, series, TV shows in that spot. We were standing on a spot most people don't ever get to stand on. And you get to drive by it on the tour on occasion, but if you're a big movie or a history fan, that's a big moment right there. And
yeah, exactly. That's a good point. That is something that you don't get to do. You're almost, if you're a huge Back to the Future fan, you're on hallowed ground at that point.
Right.
Well,
Fire Dragon 57, I definitely want to go, so I'll be going. And Jonathan Chong said, as someone who moderates way too many Disney channels, I'd pay to go to this hands down. Very cool. And Mike,
especially for the price, I would easily recommend it. And if you're a fan of any of those franchises, you're gonna be very, very pleased with the event because of that one franchise, because they did them all really well. I think the Star Trek one, I could see a little bit of tweaking happening. I was talking, who was I talking with? Dark Ride Arts. And he was saying how, the Star Trek one, it could have been more interesting if they had somebody that was playing counter to it. So you'd have the group that was, oh my God, this is the biggest danger. We don't know what's going on. Oh my God. And then the other group that's saying, no, let's calm down. This is probably okay. Let's see what's going. And you'd have a chance so that you don't know, is it a problem or is it not a problem? You kind of get that sense of, and then have it where you can choose, do you go with the people that are worried that it's a problem, or do you go with the people that are saying it's no big deal, let's see what this does? And then you have a split track where you go two different ways, and depending on which way you go, you get a different storyline leading up to the end.
Yeah, I think that one I was expecting something a little bit different. And I think a lot of people thought it was going to be more of like we would go to the bridge and get to like touch things and
right, like it was going to be a tour of the Enterprise and come and see this room and
more interactive. The Dungeons and Dragons kind of had a little bit of interaction. This one seemed lacking, and with the big climax at the end, then there's just the drop of, without ruining spoilers, Bob. Hi, goodbye. That's pretty much
exactly. Yeah,
just like
it did wrap up rather quick, and that like I said, if you had the two tracks, at least then you could kind of build a story and lead it to that. Whereas this one, they just did the one way. But I agree that the D&D, that even just the tiny little bit of interaction, I think that was the glimmer that I saw of D&D. If they could get more of those type of things worked into the story somehow, it would be really. I think that's the direction they need to go. Get just a little bit more interaction, a little more fun. The audience getting pulled into it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you do have to watch out for the people that are going to go, oh, we got to make sure that we stand right here so that we're the one that gets called to do whatever,
Right.
you know, because there is that aspect that you gotta start worrying about, and people jockeying for position and whatever. But then it gets to the point where, okay, now the characters can start calling on this specific person. You come over here. You know what I mean? So that it's, you know, they can vary it up, and it doesn't matter where you're standing. And but
Yeah.
those are the kind of things that I think they're going to start working out and figuring out. Because I was mentioning to Bob and Brian Sevilla, Dungeons and Dragons, it was great, or what was it? It was okay because it was temporary. You know, it's a temporary thing. So you realize, okay, so they can't spend the expense to do things a certain way. But the problem was that because it was temporary, it can only be okay. You know what I mean? It's like you have to go big, but if you go big, it's like you're taking a big chance, like a galactic star cruiser, where if it doesn't hit, you've got a problem. So I'm hoping that this is what Disney should have done, and do a test and see, okay, how do people react when we give them a little bit of interaction, a little bit of walking them through, doing a show in each room? How do they react? How does it go? How does it play? Do people get into it? And then, you know, over sustained time, you know, how does the crowd react? And I think that's what they're doing, is they're testing it. And I think next year we'll probably see, you know, a different spin on it, where there is a little bit more interaction.
I don't know. I don't like to give them that much leeway, because I expect more from them, especially with what they do. In, like, for example, the Star Trek was in the Quiet Place. That was the maze it was in, and the effort they put in their mazes, they can easily put in the time for these interactions and shows that they do, you know, and they definitely have the budget for it. So I don't really want to give them that much leeway on that, especially with the IP of Star Trek. I feel like plus they had all the people coming there and dressed up, and half the people dressed up looked better than the people who worked there. So
yeah, there were a lot of Trekkies there. I was kind of surprised with how many Trekkies that were cosplaying. So I guess I could agree with that. That, you know what, for Star Trek, you've got a built-in, you know, rabid fan base. You know, and so maybe they could have done a little bit better. But how much are HHN tickets individually? Are they on par with this, or are they more?
Is it 100? What, 129?
Yeah, well, like 120, 129, 137.
Okay, so they are more expensive, and they do more nights.
Brian said 70, but then you got to include parking and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, like the ticket itself, it depends when you go, like early in the season and late in the season. Like
and the weekends are always crazier.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if this was, you know, if Universal used this kind of, they went up to this point because that's what they, you know, are, okay, this is what we can spend with a gamble on an after hours event that we don't know how it's going to be received. Yeah, and now that they see that it is very well received, maybe next year we'll see it that, you know, okay, tickets are $100,
right?
But we're getting more, and they're fleshing out the experiences a little bit more.
They could have used, because I was like, okay, they didn't do anything in the Waterworld set, because they do for HHN,
right?
And what were we talking about? I said, oh, that would have been perfect. Oh, I can't remember. It was something that I'm like, oh, they could have done that. But maybe that's something, right? They raise the ticket price and add the water show.
Yeah, I think this was a big test. I think they chose interesting franchises. I mean, because, you know, D&D, you kind of go, wow, that's an interesting choice for them to go in that direction. You know, they didn't choose necessarily a movie property. This one's more of a homegrown, you know, gaming, you know, board game, you know, tabletop, if you will, kind of a fan base that really would be into D&D. as far as I know. I don't know of any show or, you know, anything like that that's
There
Dungeons and
was
Dragons.
a movie that came out not too long ago, but I never saw it. So
Right, but that
yeah.
wouldn't cause, you know, enough of a stir to say,
I mean,
you know, hey, we
yeah,
got to do it.
exactly. Compared to Star Trek or Back to the Future, or if they replaced Dungeons and Dragons with like Lord of the Rings or something, can you
Right.
imagine the fan base that would come out for that? That
Yeah.
that
Right.
alone, they would have to raise the prices. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be crazy.
What if they did Pokemon next year?
That's what I mean, because
Yeah.
you know they're
Yeah,
gonna
you never know.
add, and that's the thing with this is they're going to be able to switch things out because of the way they did the experiences. It's like you could easily see that, you know, is there another popular anime that they can, you know, switch out One Piece with? Is there a new, you know, movie that takes over for Jujutsu Kaisen? So
And I
they've
know
got
Yeah, the jujutsu is it's brand new. So that's, you know, they're
Mhm.
covering that.
Mhm.
One Piece is just like the fan base is
it's there. Yeah.
I like Alan. Or Mork and Mindy.
Hey,
Talk about
I'd
blast
go
from
for
the
that.
past.
Well, I'm curious because Back to the Future is kind of, you know, you can't change that one too much. You can only, you know, it's got to stay Back to the Future. So what do you do with it going forward? Because year after year, you know, maybe, you know, for 2 seasons, you'll be like, oh wow, this is cool. Third season, you're going, okay, kind of
Yeah.
need something
Well,
new.
Well, luckily there's 3 movies, so maybe next year we'll get the second one and then the third
Right.
one, and then maybe it'll recycle, or who knows, right?
Yeah,
or maybe they'll do Jaws instead.
Hey, you never know.
but that's
Go to
exactly it. You never know.
Would I have to bring my swim trunks for that one?
I wouldn't.
Barry, I would wear a Barry Place 28 swim trunk just for you. I would represent you. Come on, give me a theme park tomato swim trunk, and I'm in.
Jeez.
No. Oh, Fire Dragon says, wait, what?
Oh shoot, wait. That would be cool. Universal Monsters on the
Yeah.
original sets. That
Yeah.
would be pretty awesome.
Well, Fire Dragon 50 says that all I know is dancing in Hill Valley, and it was a lot of fun. Ton of
Yeah.
fun. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We spent like 3.5 hours. Like I didn't want to leave. I knew we had to. I saw nothing in Harry Potter's world. We saw the fireworks from, you know, down where we were. Didn't even go to Nintendo. We didn't see anything. And then we waited in line for food for 3 hours. But
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't really get much food. I thought me and Slim would be like snacking our way through the park, but we didn't get too much.
You can blame the living dead dad for that. He fed me pretty well. So before that, he's like, oh man, you're going to TPC. I better butter you up so you know I don't lose you out to TPC or something.
Oh,
You know, I think that's what his mind was a little bit. But we did get to try the ice cream, and I'm glad I got to share that with you. And
Yeah.
I hope you do go, Barry, because I would love to experience that whole thing with you again. If you could bear hanging out with me for more than 20 minutes.
Are you kidding? Of course. I mean,
he's like 30 minutes.
Hey, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with glitter.
no promises.
What about pickles?
You know what's funny? I like sweet pickles. I'll eat dill pickles, but I'm not a huge pickle person.
Okay.
Pickle butterbeer.
Oh no. Oof. No. Okay. So I will tell you one of the things I like a lot about this, and that's why I'm really looking forward to it too, is because the hours, they give you 7 to 8 hours to do this event. I mean, that is amazing to me because you have all these different franchises. You have so many different things to do. And you know, I've heard from a lot of people, some people absolutely love one section better than another, of course. But when I hear these stories, everyone's just having a good time no matter what. And the fact that they give you the time to experience it. When you said you were spending 3 to 4 hours in Hill Valley, I was like, are you kidding me? I spent an hour and 45 minutes, you know, going to Star Wars night, just seeing Darth Vader and Han Solo and Princess Leia. Really? Getting a photo op.
Yep.
So that to me is pretty amazing. Now, I will tell you that my Star Wars event was a little bit better last night because I didn't have to stand in the hour and 45 line for 2 different photo ops. But I had the opportunity, and I think I brought this up to you guys, but I wanted to share it with the chat as well. I had an opportunity to talk to someone from Disney last week who said, "Hey, have you gone to Star Wars night?" And I said, "I have." She goes, "What do you think about it?" And I go, "It's not good. It's even worse than last year, and that's terrible." And she goes, "I'm hearing that a lot from people." And I said,
Wow.
"Well, it's true." And she goes, "Why do you think that is?" And I go, "Well," I said, "it's only 4 hours long. There's no more fireworks. There's not even a proper cavalcade. A lot of the characters aren't there, or they've swapped them out. Some of the rides aren't even working and going there. Getting the food is just a pain. And then it's only a 4-hour event." I said, "I literally stood in line for an hour and 45 minutes to get my photo op with Darth Vader and then another one with Princess Leia and Han Solo. And that's half the event right there." And she goes, "Yeah." I said, "Have you seen FanFest?" She goes, "I have." And I go, "What do you think of that?" She goes, "It looks amazing." And she goes, "We really should do something like that." And I go, "I agree." And I said, and she goes, "Well, the problem with Disney right now is they're trying to find their niche." And I said, "What niche?" And she says, "How many events we should have, for each of the After Dark events." And I go, "That's not the problem. I just told you what the problem was. The problem was it's not enough time. You can't always get the food, not enough photo ops, and what you do is takes too long. Not enough. Oh, wait, I said not enough time for the event. The price. Oh, the price too. The price is huge compared to Universal." And she says, "Well, they'll find what that sweet spot is, and I'm sure they'll fix it." And I was like, and this is someone who works in Disney management. So to me, I was taken aback and I went, she didn't listen to a word I said. And Disney seems to think that they just need to find that sweet spot of how many nights they need to have. No, they need to lower the price. They need to offer more, give us more hours. That's what they need to do. And that's the problem is Disney's not listening right now, I don't think, to people. Even when I just told her, and I specifically told her because I knew she worked in management and I knew she worked on the team that would have some responsibility to this. And you know what she told me? She says, "Well, yeah, it's not going so well. In fact, they're literally giving tickets away. They're trying to sell them to cast members, but they're literally just giving them away because they can't sell at the nights. And the only nights sold out is May the 4th. What does that tell you, Disney?
Right.
So that's why it bothers me that it's like, and well, I'm actually really thrilled that Universal is doing this because it means that better competition, means that Disney needs to do something to, kind of get back to the roots. Because I don't know if you remember, but Disneyland's Not So Scary Halloween party was originally at Disneyland before they moved over to DCA and did the whole Oogie Boogie thing. And I do like the Oogie Boogie thing, but it's still too expensive and it's still not. I think you could still get some extra hours out of it. That's about the only one that's kind of close to worth your money. But when it started out, it was only $77. I think it was even cheaper than that the first year. But it was really reasonably priced. But I can't see spending extra money for a ticket when I'm a pass holder, and you're not going to offer me anything extra. And so one of the things that also disappointed me last night was the fact that we went to some restaurants and they closed early because they weren't going to serve food till later. They didn't have a full menu. We had some rides that were broken down, not even working. They weren't sure if they're going to be back up. Thankfully, most of them did come back up. There were photo opportunities that, still the lines were way, way too long. There's still characters that we didn't see that, were supposed to come out. And then they had a big thing last night. And I don't know if you guys saw or heard about this, but I was doing my stream and everyone's like, "Hey, so did you see Diego Luna there?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Yeah, Diego Luna's there." I'm like, "I did not see that or hear that." And I was wondering what the heck is going on. Well, sure enough, he was there last night, everyone. Look at this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was there at the park. They didn't advertise it. They didn't say anything about it until it happened. And they actually showed a little preview of Andor in the front. And then he went down, in a little car cavalcade. And to me, this is a missed opportunity. If they were going to have Diego Luna there, it would have been great to, at least make some sort of announcement or something to kind of let people know. And I know they don't want to rush, but there's not a ton of people that come to these, after dark events. They're they sell so many tickets and that's it. But to miss out on that opportunity, I was kind of like kicking myself, going, "Gosh, I wish I would have known about this." And
Yeah, if anything, as you're walking in, say, special presentation, tonight only at the castle, and don't
Right.
say anything,
Right.
about it, but let people know, hey, there's going to be something extra tonight.
I think they had
So-
signs about that they were going to be filming, and there was a media kind of event
well,
on.
and that's the funny thing is we were walking by the castle. My friend Dave was with me, and he goes, "That's TV quality stuff. What's going on?" I go, "I don't know." And I said, "Maybe they're just shooting something for tonight." Had no idea. There were signs up saying that they were going to be doing shootings, but they didn't say specifically what they were shooting or what they were doing. So I think it would have been great, because as a Star Wars fan and someone who does Rogue One and the Andor character, I would have loved to have gone up there and at least see him talking, and that would have been cool. But it's a missed opportunity for Disney, not to let people know. And here's the other thing. This is the biggest thing that drives me nuts. So I was waiting for my friend Dave to get there, and I could have checked in early. They started letting people check in as early, I think it was like 5:30. But I chose to wait until he got there. And so I go into the park because I already had a reservation. I walk around. I go to the store where they're actually going to let me stop sharing this. Sorry about that. Where they're actually going to sell the merchandise for the event. And I couldn't get in because I didn't have my credentials. So eventually I went back, got my credentials, came back. And when I came back with my friend Dave, they had a sign showing what was available and what was not. And the one thing, I only got one pin last time because it was the Magic Key pin, and they sold out of it, and you're only allowed to buy one per Magic Key. And so I only got one last time. And this time I thought, well, I'll go ahead and get another one today. And if I have to, I'll go back out and get back in line and get another one. Well, the thing was, within an hour, they had run out of the pins. And the only pin they had was the May the 4th Day or Star Wars Day pin, which at least they had that. But everything, was gone for those Magic Key pins. I go, how can you guys be sold out? And she goes, well, we opened the store at 5:30. And I go, it seems kind of odd that you guys would open the store at 5:30 when the event doesn't start until 9 p.m. at night. And so, yes, you have to have your wristband, your credential to get in, but people are buying stuff and they're sold out. And literally they couldn't have had more than 50 or 60 of those pins to sell an hour. And then well, why don't you go to Galaxy's Edge? Oh, you go to the Emporium. And they send you on these chases to go find the merchandise when it's not there either, because they don't have very much and they sell out of it quick. So to me, it's really disappointing. If you're going to have an event, and you're going to sell the merchandise, make sure you have enough of it, to kind of, at least most of the people get some. I understand they can't buy, they don't want to have a lot of overstock or anything like that. But knowing how popular these pins are and everything, you would think that they would have had plenty in stock.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring trend with the merch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. After Star Wars night last year, I was like, this is not worth $150, $160 ticket.
Yeah, and I will say that given what has happened this year with the 3 After Dark events that I've been to, and Cordy is right there with me, I don't think I'm going to be doing After Dark events for Disney next year. The only one might be Oogie Boogie. But I'm not planning on doing it next year. I think I'm going to wait to see if they say, hey, guess what? With Star Wars, we got fireworks back, and we got this really cool cavalcade, and we got all these characters, and we got plenty of merchandise. I mean, they're going to have to pull out all the stops, and I'm going to have to watch some live streams. It's not that I don't want to go to them. It's a lot of money for not a lot. So there's no bang for your buck. Unlike
you mean Star Wars night, where you see characters that are already, most of them are walking around the park already, that you could see,
It's not just that. You have, in good point, Slim, but the other thing is too, you have Luke Skywalker, who was announced for Season of the Force. Why isn't Luke Skywalker walking around? Why aren't they doing that, right? Why aren't they showing some of those other characters? C-3PO was out last year. That was awesome.
Yep.
Having the droids on the stage is cool, but having Darth Vader, Darth Maul, and the Stormtroopers last year, that was the bomb.
Way better, yeah.
Yeah.
Were,
the
were,
way they
were
have
none of
things-
them on the stage at Galactic Girl right there? None of them were on the stage, right?
Not this year.
So no one was, that stage was not utilized at all.
No,
We
it
had
was. It
choice.
was used just for R5, BB-8, and R2D2.
Oh, so the droids were on there.
The droids are on there.
So last year was Vader, Darth Maul, and was it Boba Fett or Stormtroopers or?
hmm And this year, if you want to see Darth Maul, you got to see him up on the terrace, which was nice. And he would swap out with Darth Sidious, but that's it. No Captain Phasma.
So they couldn't have two characters up walking above at the same time. They had to swap them.
There was no march.
No
Yeah.
march.
Yeah.
See, that march
No.
was actually pretty cool, Cordy. That march was pretty cool. Okay, and with them with everyone on the stage, you were able to take a picture with, you got to walk by, take pictures with Darth Maul, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, whoever they had, and Darth Maul way up there. That's not much of a picture.
Right.
That's pretty sad.
It is. But see, that's my disappointment. It's like, why is it getting worse every single year? It should be getting better or it'd be just as good as the previous year. And then don't even get me started. We went to the Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree, and they reopened at 8 p.m. and my friend Dave was craving barbecue food. So he says, can we go there? I'm like, sure. I said, you can get the regular food. I'll get the Star Wars stuff. Well, it turns out it was only the Star Wars food. And when we walked up, it was 8:04 p.m. And the lady goes, we are completely out of the Jedi swizzle sticks. What? You just opened. We're completely sold out. And someone said, well, how are you completely sold out? And they're like, oh, mobile orders. Okay, I get people can order them mobile, but shouldn't you have more? Well, we did just contact the Harbor Galley 15 minutes ago, and they do have some, but we're not sure how many they have. Really? And so I had people standing in line with me. This lady in front of me was like, this is disappointing. She goes, why? We should be able to get this stuff. If you're advertising it, we should be able to get it. You show it in the map, we should be able to get it. I get it if they run out towards the end of the night, that makes sense. But they're literally running out of stuff before the event starts or just after the event.
Yeah. See, to me, running out by the end of the night on anything other than the last weekend.
Yep.
That's rough.
Mhm.
That's that's the thing. It's like somebody put it in the chat that it's analysts instead of dreamers at Disney right now, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's all sabermetrics to them. They're watching the counts and the spreadsheets and figuring out, okay, how many do we need for this night, how many should we order for this, so that they have, it's like they want zero left over. It's like that is a horrible way to do this. It's if you're turning fans away because you wanted to make sure that you didn't have any overs in any of the merchandise, it's like you're going about this the wrong way.
Right.
It's like do better in choosing which merchandise you're going to offer, and then have plenty of it.
Right. And I know they have a budget for these things, all right? Because the lady that I talked to, she says, well, they got a budget and everything. And I get they have a budget. But you would think they would go, okay, look, we're selling out of this stuff like crazy. We can make more money if we actually got some more stock. We need to allocate more money for the merchandise and things like that. That's what they should be doing. And they're not doing that. So now you got people, I don't know if you saw, but there was a big, huge issue over at Walt Disney World last night for Star Wars night because people were fighting over the Clone Trooper, popcorn buckets. It's ridiculous. You should never get to that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And people were waiting. So I went last night. Was that last night? I can't even remember anymore. And I mobile ordered the Jawa Sipper.
Oh, yes.
And, I didn't attend the event, so I was there at 7, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up at 7. I think I waited 30 minutes.
Yeah, you shouldn't have
from
to
when
wait.
I pushed the button.
Yeah.
And it was worse. The line was getting longer and longer. Like there were more people waiting for their mobile order to pop up. So that's kind of a bummer too.
Yeah. So Brian Sevilla is saying there's still another Star Wars merch drop that I heard. Some stuff didn't show up on time, but and I understand things can happen. But how about the people that wanted to buy that stuff and it wasn't there, and they were only going one night to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, that's terrible. So.
Oh, Daryl.
Oh, so EXP66. Sorry. Well, oh, Bow. Well, did I miss that? They could always sell extra merch and food in normal days afterwards. And not only that, but they usually take all this stuff to the company D store for the employees eventually, as well. Oh. Oh, God.
It's a little difficult with this hat on.
You might tip over.
I know. I'm gonna knock over everything.
But yeah, so they could actually sell it, and I would. That's the thing. People are going to the event to buy this merch. Well, if the event's over with, even after Star Wars Day, they're going to sell that Star Wars Day merch. All those pins that they had, they're going to sell them the day after, and they're going to sell them for full price. And people will buy them. And if they don't, well, they'll take them to Company D.
I'd actually say, you know what, if it's popular merchandise and whatever, and you can get it at Star Wars night, it's one price. But then if you wait until after Star Wars nights are over, price goes up. So that at least it's like the Star Wars night. It's like, okay, that's why you got to get it at Star Wars night. It's cheaper.
Right.
You get you get that's what you're paying the access for, is you get the first dibs at the merchandise, number one, but also you're getting it at a slightly different, a different price that's going to be afterwards. So that, some of us who don't go to Star Wars nights, we can maybe get some merch, but we're paying the extra, So, oh, you didn't want to come to Star Wars night to get your merch? Okay, you're going to pay, an extra $5 per sipper or whatever.
Right.
But
exactly.
I don't know if that's how, it can work with the retail and whatever, or if there's, any issues with that. But, they need to start getting creative with this so that they can not only make their money, but also give the fans a good experience, because that's the real issue is fans are coming away with it without a good experience.
I hear Skittles. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, did you hear that? Like, it's after 10 o'clock. Upstaged by the cat again.
Yes.
Again. Yes.
Again.
No, wait. I have to.
So you know what event was better than all the night events at Disney?
Start laughing.
You guys know what's better, right? Than all the night events at Disney. The morning event of the CHOC Walk. That event, I think,
yes.
right? I enjoyed that more than all the night events, and I didn't have to pay anything. In fact, I donated, but I didn't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed my time with you guys and what we were doing more than I did at any of the night events.
Here's the thing. I say it all the time. The theme parks are fantastic. The rides are amazing, shows, all of that stuff. But when you really look back on all the moments that you say that was the best time I had at Disneyland, or that was, something special. It has almost nothing to do with the rides or anything. It's the people that you were with.
100%.
Sometimes it's even just the people in the chat. It's like I'm not there with them, but some of my fondest memories of live streaming are when I'm just sitting there talking with the chat, because, obviously I did something wrong, and I'm, waiting for Bob to bring me a power bank so that I can keep the stream going.
Yeah, can I get that thing back? Oh, I'm just kidding.
Eventually. I have it with me all the time, so I just need to get it back to you.
Or talking tomatoes, or Cordy pushing me out of a ride, or Barry avoiding me in the park. Either one. All of those are great memories.
Enjoyable moments.
All wonderful moments.
But that's why we go to the park. The parks are simply a place where those things can happen. And honestly, you guys have had those things. I've seen when you guys go to Denny's at 1:30 in the morning. Those are the moments. It doesn't have to be Disneyland. It can be anywhere where you're with your friends and family, and that's really what it takes. It just happens that Disneyland is one of those places where you feel comfortable, you feel at ease.
Well, it's a place we all have something in common with. It's what brought us together, and it's all our happy places. Even as much as we complain about it, it's still, we go every day, almost every day, Cordy,
right?
And we pay a ridiculous amount just to go.
Mhm.
And we complain all the time, yet we go all the time. So
Yeah.
how much they must be doing something right?
I was gonna say there's still enough good there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then we get to see our friends, right? It's like there's still a lot of there's definitely I think I will always go to Disneyland
Yeah.
no matter what. But I think it's still good. I think our feedback and we have to. We're just being honest with everybody. I just wanted to say I can't wait till Zomembi's back. I think they're coming the end of the year during Christmas time. But when Zomembi's and Mr. Membi's came out last year, we saw them on the Mark Twain. Me and Christina, we didn't make a scene, but yeah.
Nice.
That was fun.
But speaking of being honest, we got a chance to hang out with some incredible people at Knott's Berry Farm just yesterday. And one of those people was Eddie Sotto, a former...
Continue.
Sorry, that was for the Memby.
Former Imagineer. And he was the one that when the whole Rivers of America news broke, he quickly doodled a sketch on his iPad of a possible alternative idea, and it was picked up by Forbes, and it was just this thing. And he told us he's got to be honest when it comes to the parks, and when he sees things being put out like that, he said he's got to be honest. And he didn't bash anybody personally. It was nothing against any of the people at Disney. It was just, hey, what about this idea? Have you guys thought about it from this angle? And that's what Disney's missing is that hey, have you guys thought about all of this stuff? And it's really sad when there's the old guard, guys like Eddie Sotto and Chris Crump and lots of people, and Disney just is not paying any attention to them. It's like these are the guys that basically created the Disney Renaissance. I mean, because even the parks were not, firing the way they are, the way they were. When you get to the mid 90s, parks were on fire. Parks, it was like everything to be a Disneyland annual pass holder. It was crazy in the mid 90s. And those were the guys that built all of that. And they're not paying attention. But Eddie Sotto was telling us some stories and how Wacky Soapbox Racers went over budget, but then, pulled in 11 million guests its first year or something like that, something crazy. And he was just like, he's like, yeah, I went over budget, but you had a hit on your hands. What are you guys complaining about? He went like less than 10% over budget, and the ride was gangbusters. So, but yeah, it's one of those things. But the event yesterday was so great to see. The warm reception and amazing turnout that they had for their book. This was Christopher Merritt, Eric Lynxwiler, and Albert Rodriguez. They did the Knott's Berry Tales book, and so many people showed up. So many people telling stories of how they loved it when they were kids. Just so crazy excited to meet all of these people.
I know. And look who those two people are with all of them.
Now, how did we get in that shit?
I don't know, but it's kind of cool. So Eric Lynxwiler, this is his page on Instagram, Knott's Berry Farmer. And it's cool because we were actually taking our photos. Now, this is not the best photo of Theme Park Casual and I, because I've got my arms crossed and he looks... Well,
we were trying to get out of their photos.
I think we were trying to get out of the photo. That's why. But yeah. So, and by the way, from left to right is Eddie Sotto, and the white T-shirt with the black jacket on is Chris Crump, son of legendary, Disney Imagineer Rolly Crump. You got Chris Merritt, who's been on our show before. Jim Dow, who is sitting there with the hat on. He actually created the Roaring 20 signs at Knott's Berry Farm. And of course, Eric Lynxwiler, who's been on our show as well. We met all of them. I've got all their contact information, and I will be trying to reach out to them, see if we can get them on some future shows. But it was great meeting all of them. It was really, really cool. And the other thing was the fact that they had these items, these are some of the original items from the Knott's Berry Tales ride, and they had them on display, which was really, really cool. And they had a great time. There's all the characters. You got, the frog. You got I forget
The
what
Gurk and
called.
the Turk or something like that.
Yeah, the Burk, the Turk. Something like that. You got Wanda there. You got the mushroom. So they had some really, really cool things. And the funny thing is, I remember all these characters on the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so amazing being able to see them and look at them and see how they've been restored. Wanda has been restored amazingly. She's gone through some definite changes over the years, but she looks amazing now. And of course, it was great just, hanging out with these guys. And there's Carson. This is our friend Carson right here. That's Dark Ride Arts, who's in the chat. And it was a pleasure meeting him. Super guy. Cool. And we were happy to hang out with him. And he was happy to hang out with us. He was just as giddy hanging out with us as I think we were with him. So that was really, really cool. And of course, seeing Chris Crump and Eddie Sotto was amazing. And like Casual was saying, just listening to these stories from Eddie Sotto and Chris, they were so cool. Just really, really cool. All the things they had to say and do. And I can't wait to have him on the show so we can, have him share some of those stories with you as well.
Yeah, it was a fantastic event. And we got some merchandise, right? Bob, did you want to mention some of the autograph stuff that might be part of our giveaway?
Yes. So,
no, you don't have it with you?
I don't, but let me grab it real quick. I'll be right back. It's real quick.
Okay. Well, I got one that I can show that's basically the same thing. But we got some of these. They had the Wacky Soapbox Racers flags. And I think you can see that there's the signature with Eddie Sotto, the guy who created that attraction. It's if you've never gone on it, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But for me, that ride was one of my favorites growing up. It was just the coolest ride, the most interesting contraption type of thing. And then to be able to get to meet the guy and talk to him about it and see, just amazing. Just one of those moments where you're just like, geez, I can't believe I'm sitting here, hanging out with Eddie Sotto right now.
Okay. So I've got this really cool flag. Hey, did you just talk about the flag?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. No worries. Give me 1 second. I don't want this stuff to get ruined.
Yeah.
So, well, he already showed you the flag. So, okay. Next, we did get some posters that were really, in fact, let me take off this. Take off my background. There we go. So we have some really cool posters that we had signed by everyone at the bottom there. So you got Chris Merritt, Chris Crump, you got Jim Dow signing it, you got Eric Lynxwiler, you got Albert's signature right here. That's one of them. And then one of the other ones will be this. I can get it. There it is. So this was from the LA Breakfast Club, that meeting that they actually had on April 30th. And this was the poster they had. And you can see everyone signed this poster as well. So we'll be definitely raffling off those. And then, of course, the main attraction yesterday was for everyone to buy this book. And it's an amazing book. And by the way, if you buy it at Knott's Berry Farm, you get your pass holder discount with it. So that's really, really cool. But more importantly, just to let you guys know, I did get everyone to sign this. And so did Casual, of course. Oh, hold on for a second. I'm having a hard time opening up the book. It's a very fresh, open book. So the pages are sticking together. Here we go. Okay, so this, we are going to raffle off this on my page, and this is a completely signed book by Albert Rodriguez, Chris Merritt, Chris Crump, Eric Lynxwiler, Jim Dow, and of course Eddie Sotto. So if you would like to get this book, we are definitely going to be raffling this off in the very near future. It's a really good book. I mean, this is amazing. I will
Possibly
say
one of my favorite theme park books ever.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I would check this out. It's 320 pages. It's a really good book. The nice thing about this is that there's no books on the Wacky Soapbox Racers. The most comprehensive information about the Wacky Soapbox Racers is actually in this book.
Yeah.
You want to know about the Gypsy Camps? It's in this book. You want to know about the Roaring Twenties? It's in this book. You want to know about, I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff going on. So I would definitely try to pick up this book. And there's going to be some future events, I'm sure, where they're going to do some more book signings. And as soon as we find out about them, we will let you know. But if you do want to win possibly one of these books, well, we're going to do a raffle for Berry Place 28. All right.
Awesome.
Just kidding.
Well, I think that covers everything for tonight. I know we ran a little bit long tonight. So, but thank you to everybody who joined us. Thank you in the chat. Thank you to our guests and fellow park streamer chalk walkers. I think we'll just go ahead and go around the horn real quick and let everybody know where they can find us and when we'll be live next. So, Cordy, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I was just refreshing. So just a quick note, $15,319 is.
Let's share that real quick. Hold on. Woo! There you go. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. That's amazing.
Yes.
And Berry Place is in 7th place overall, and Jungle Skipper is in 8th place overall.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let's go there.
Yeah.
I gotta see it.
Barry, I thought you had to go to sleep, man. What's going on?
I do need to go to sleep. That's the thing. But hey, wanted to check it out. That's pretty cool. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm only $128 behind this person. Oh,
Nope.
I gotta beat that.
And 3 months to go, I think you're gonna way surpass that. So I think I might be at the parks tomorrow. We shall see. And then Wednesday, supposed to do OG 55.
Oh, very cool.
So that'll be Wednesday.
Is that podcast or in park?
It's a live. We're going live.
But is it podcast or park?
Yeah, podcast on the park.
Podcast style. Okay.
So
Very cool.
so I'll post that once that's ready, and then FanFest Saturday, and then Disney Sunday.
Very cool. All right. And Slim Devin, can you let everybody know where they can find you?
YouTube and Instagram, and don't expect to stream anytime soon. But that's it.
Might show up on somebody's stream soon, though.
That I can guarantee. Not
All
Barry.
right.
He's hiding from me.
All right. Hey, Bob, let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, you guys can find me at YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook under Berry Place 28. And I might be on T3PO tomorrow. I'm not sure at 12 noon. But if I'm not, then Thursday I'll be back in the park. I'm hoping I'm going to bring my dad. He has been sick since he got back from his cruise, and hopefully he's starting to feel better. I talked to him today. So hopefully he'll be with me on Thursday at the park. If he's not, then I will be me. And then I think I have a reservation for Sunday, but because it's Mother's Day, I probably won't be streaming after all, and I'll probably try to find another day to stream. So that's where you can find me and when I'm going to be streaming.
Awesome. And you can find me on YouTube, X, and Instagram, all of them at Theme Park Casual. I will be back in the park this Wednesday, weather permitting. We will be wearing the hat the evening, and hopefully when people ask about the hat, I can let them know why. That it's because we already hit our goal, and I'll be able to give them one of my cards. Until then, you can join.
That's cool.
So
you know what? I didn't know you changed your name to Honey.
No, that's Pooh's Honey.
That's Pooh's.
Oh, excuse me.
All right.
But again, thank you everybody for joining tonight. Thank you so much to everybody who donated and pushed us. Gosh, I don't know. I think we may have to adjust that
I think so.
goal
I say
very
20.
soon.
Let's go
Very
for
soon. We may have to change it there.
I think 20 is very possible. Very, very possible. In fact, I think we could get more than 20, but let's one thing at a time, right?
Exactly. One step at a time. And if we can make it to 20, who knows? We'll have to do something. Me, Bob, and Cordy will have to do something for you guys to say thank you for 20,000 raised.
I'm
not
telling you,
wearing any more glitter stuff.
we have to
sorry.
choreograph something. That's going to be
I do have a shirt. I do have a shirt for all of us in the works. I've been working on a shirt with all our logos on it. So when I'm done with it, finally, I'll show it to you guys.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we are going to go ahead and end this stream now. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see you guys in the parks very soon. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.